Before we start today's episode, I would just like to tell you guys that I spent hours on creating, filming and editing these videos, so I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. But if you don't want to, well, I just hope that you enjoy my video. Okay, thanks. Let's get straight into the video. I was flushed straight down the toilet pipe into the drainage. I looked around and I recalled what happened. Previously, I had slipped on the toilet bowl and fell straight into it. And yeah, let's just say the water current in here is really strong. I was swept away on my foot before I could even think. I couldn't even move around the water. I looked around and it was all filled with black stone. And then, just as quickly as it started, it stopped. I ended up behind the canteen. I looked around and realized that there could be a guard behind, so I immediately crouched down. What is this place? I always thought that in the canteen, they were places for us to cook, but here I spotted weird things. There were water bottles and weird chemicals, and then suddenly I realized that there was a chest on the ceiling, so I tapped into it, and what greeted me shocked me. What is this? Wait, I looked at the potions. They said speed potion, poison potion, regeneration potion, strength potion, and jump boost potion. I've never heard of them before, but I decided to continue exploring. And then I was greeted by a white room. A sign said prisoner enter here and danger experiment area. And I was very surprised. I didn't want to think about what they put prisoners through in there, so I ignored it. There was also a sign that says take water here, and I checked the chest beside it and found that it was filled to the brim with glasses. There was also a ventilation system over here, which I thought was rather unfair, since there isn't any ventilation system in our cells. I checked in the chest in the room, and to my surprise, they were also all filled to the brim with potions. And then, suddenly, I saw a moonstone chest. Now this was a huge breakthrough. You see, I have stored many of my most precious possessions in my moonstone chest, just for scenarios like this. And now, with this, I can break out of the prison. With that in mind, I started exploring around. Since I know that I can't escape the prison now, so I decided to go through the ventilation system first. Now, of course, I won't be able to jump that high. However, I did get some potions along the way, which I had no idea what to do. I tried the knockback potion, which I'm assuming will boost my jump, but it didn't. So instead, I drank the jump boost potion. I felt the magic work its ways into my veins, and I could jump higher than ever. I managed to jump straight into the vent. I closed the ventilation door behind me, just in case anyone was busy looking at it, and saw that it was open and would think that it was suspicious. This was my first time looking at the outside world since I went into the prison. I was surprised that the prison was surrounded with trees. I continued to sneak through the ventilation, and then I saw that there was also a desert in this prison. This was all new information to me, and I will be able to use this once I escape the cell. Once I escape the prison. And then, out of a sudden, in the distance, I saw a guard, and then I immediately crouched down to ensure that the guard does not notice me. I sneakily went through the ventilation straight towards the guard, and I realized that this was a new room that I had never explored before. I went through the map of the entire prison, and I realized that this could have been the guard room. I sneaked past it, and suddenly, I realized that the guard started moving. The guard moved around here and went to the other room. I was surprised, but also I find this quite convenient. So instead of running away, I just sneaked past the guard. I looked at what was in the room, and then I saw CCTV cameras. I zoomed straight in and I saw a CCTV 5 and pressed to start. Now, since the guard was on the other room, and he also conveniently left the area as soon as I wanted to go down, I decided to jump down the vent and go straight into the guard room. Now, I saw CCTV 5 Section A, CCTV 4 Section B, and CCTV 6 workspaces. I had no interest in looking at the cameras, so instead, I walked to the other room where the guard was just now. In this area, it shows the map of the entire prison. I looked at all the blocks and labels and realized that diamond symbolizes entry, gold is the path, and the white area is the guard area, and all that stuff. Now, I already is quite familiar with the prison, except for the Section A area, which I am strictly prohibited from. So all this was not new information for me. However, I still took some time to look at it before heading away. I saw the guard in the distance, so I knew I couldn't exit the area through the door. So I drank the strength potion, and suddenly my health bar disappeared, and I could now fly. This was all weird, but I let it pass. And then as soon as it came, as quick as it came, it disappeared, and my health bar reappeared. I continued past the ventilation and saw a storage room. There were 2 signs saying earn honestly and stolen goods. I wonder how much they get from earning the money. So I jumped into the room and I looked in the chest. Bro, seriously? Just a coal and a loaf of bread. Now I was really curious as to how much they stole, so I just went ahead and sneaked into that vent. What greeted me shocked me. Wait, what? Was that gold, iron, and diamonds? Whoa! The room was filled to the brim with iron, gold, and diamond blocks, and each chest was filled with coal. They were all mined by prisoners, I assume. And then, I went back to the ventilation system, and I escaped through the ventilation cell again. This time, I had enough elevation to jump straight onto the vent and climb my way into it. And after that, I just went ahead with the whole thing and just kept on exploring the whole area. I made my way back to the cell because I wanted to check on the CCTV cameras. Also, I took another look at the map. I was wondering if I could see other prisoners through this CCTV Section A camera when suddenly a voice boomed behind me. Oi! What are you doing here? A guard greeted me, and I was shocked. The guard came nearer to me and demanded me to explain what I was doing here. Sorry sir, I was lost. What do you say to that? Well, anyways, see you. Wait, what? The guard mined the block behind me, and I fell straight into an obsidian trap. I looked around. It was empty except for a bed and a couple of cobwebs, and then I saw the toilets. Hey, I seem to remember the time where I jumped through the toilet. And so that's exactly what I did. So I took a deep breath and jumped straight into the toilet. The current here was fiercer than ever, and I got swished over here and there. My head bumped into the walls as I moved my way quickly up and onto the drainage pipe. It was pitch black, except for the water flowing around, and I could see nothing except for the flow. And when it reached here, I was back to the original drainage pipe. I didn't know why it brought me back, but I still went along with it. And this time, I saw a guard standing right outside. Therefore, I crouched before the guard noticed me. Or so I thought. I quickly rummaged through my moonstone chest and took out all the materials I would be needing for my escape. Even took some more potions from the supply storage, there was actually plenty, so I'm sure they won't mind. Also, I wanted to study more on them when I escaped the cell. Then, a voice sounded behind me. Hello, sir! What are you doing here? Quickly, I turned around and saw a guard standing right there, and I didn't know what to do. So I drank the strength potion, and I killed the guard in one tap. Wait, what? Immediately, the siren rang, and a lot of guards came at me. I quickly ran out of the area and drank another strength potion. I was met by another guard who charged at me. Fortunately, this one was no different. I killed this guard in 2 taps, and he died. I wasted no time before I was confronted by another guard, and this one, I didn't have time to drink the strength potion, and the guard begged me for sea. However, I showed no mercy as I killed him also. As the entrance neared, I spotted another guard, and this time I had time to prepare. I drank the strength potion before I charged straight at the guard. The guard was caught off guard. However, this one didn't take as much time to comprehend. Without waiting, I quickly charged at him and took the first swipe. However, he didn't die. Instead, he even hit me. I took a hit and I looked and I went back in shock. I had been the master in PvP back in the days, and this guard was actually quite good. No one had been able to touch me back in the days. However, this time, I actually had some difficulty before I managed to kill him. Finally, I can escape this place, I thought. As I drank the jump boost potion, I jumped out of the cell, and then when I turned around, I saw someone holding a gun at me. You tried to escape, but you failed.